Hello, I have an eat with me, and I made this delicious Italian breakfast scramble that has vegetarian tofurkey sausages in it, and then I have a glass of milk. So let's count the calories real quick here. And if I shake or anything, it's a little chilly in here. I have my windows open just to have fresh air because I think there's a lot of mold spores in my house because of like the mold from the roofing and also the basket that was moldy. And yeah, it's just, there's lots of mold and mildew in my house. Like, I don't know, just, I don't know what else could be moldy, but you know, it's an old house. I've lived here for a long time. I think I need to get an air purifier to like get some of like the mold spores out, because I just like have been having a lot of wheezing, and if I keep the windows open, like it's better because there's like a breeze. But if the windows are closed, then like I get a lot of wheezing. Or if I just have my bedroom window open, like that's bad too. But I don't know. Yeah, asthma sucks. Allergies suck. Okay, so let's calculate the calories. So this is about 500 calories, but let me get the milk too, because I haven't added the milk yet. So it's about 600 calories. Good. Very good. So I went to the doctor today. Let's try this first. Before we go into like the details of my day. I love tofurkey. And you want to know what's interesting? I learned that my church that I go to owns tofurkey. So that's why we're always getting tofurkey in the food boxes. It's really cool. So and that's why we always have tofurkey at lunchtime too. This is so good. But I have a lot to talk about today too. So I went to my doctor, and my doctor went over my labs with me, and she said, why are you even here? You know, jokingly, but she's like, why are you even here? Your labs are great. And she's like, as far as the hypoglycemia, she's like, it's athletic induced hypoglycemia. It's not like a normal hypoglycemia, it's like athletic induced, which means like I'm so athletic that when I exercise and stuff, I metabolize carbohydrates a lot faster than, you know, the average person would. And so she told me that I need to have protein before I work out, after I work out, just like I need to have lots of protein. So because protein metabolizes slower than carbohydrates do. So she told me just eat more protein. And I asked her if like eating cheese and milk would be an issue for my cholesterol, which we'll talk more about that too. And she said, no, since I follow mostly a flexitarian diet, she said the cheese and milk should be fine, just so long as I eat like not too much of it a day. Like I should only have like around 5 servings a day of dairy. And then she said limit red meat, like don't have that much red meat, and don't have that much fried food. And for the most part, I don't eat much fried food anyways, and I've really been cutting back on red meat. And she said I need to eat more fish and legumes, which is actually kind of funny because it's like a New Year's resolution of mine. I want to spend like $20 a month on fish, and I want to spend and I want to eat like legumes like almost every day. I want to have legumes. So, and those are like some goals of mine. And also she said with the cholesterol, she said she wasn't too worried about it. She said the levels were low enough that she wasn't going to put me on a statin. But she did tell me to start taking red rice bran yeast and niacin and fish oil. I typically do take krill oil. However, I ran out of krill oil, so I need to order more. And then I also need to order the red rice bran yeast and I have niacin. So I've been taking niacin. Niacin is for triglycerides though, not for cholesterol. So that was all good. That was great. She told me I don't need to come back for a year, except for I have to come back for, a female exam because it's been over 2 years. So on my way to the doctor's office, I found somebody's cell phone on the sidewalk, and I took it because I didn't want, anybody to steal it, but the screen was locked and there was like no contact information. So I just decided I'd carry it around with me and like post on Lost and Found Facebook group. Hopefully somebody would see the post. But the guy called the cell phone and he was like so excited that I picked it up. And then he stopped by my house later on to pick up the cell phone. And he wanted a hug. He's like, "That's so great. Like, nobody does that anymore. Nobody, like, returns cell phones or anything like that." And I'm just like thinking, like, why would you steal somebody's cell phone? Like, the only reason I could see why you'd steal a cell phone is if you don't have one, like, and you need one, like. But most people today already have a cell phone, so there's no reason to steal a cell phone. One time when I went to the coast, I like the spice in this too, it's really good. One time when I went to the coast, I left my cell phone at the coast. And the person that found it called my mom and mailed the cell phone to me, which was so awesome. That's so nice. There's good Samaritans everywhere. You gotta believe in the good in people, and they will be good to you. Wow, I didn't realize how hungry I was. I didn't eat much today at all. I had cabbage and apples for breakfast, a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch, and this breakfast scramble for dinner. And I had an oatmeal square, just one serving of these chocolate chip cookies here, and just a few pieces of these crackers, and not even a handful of these nuts. So, of these nuts. Sorry. I'm so bad. So yeah, I let's see what the calorie. I'm still under 1,622 calories for today. So yeah, doing good. And I got in 2 hours of walking because today I not only Spicy. Not only did I walk to the bus stop, but the bus was 15 minutes late, so I was running late to my doctor's appointment, and I got off. Okay, there's a one-way street that goes uptown, and then there's a one-way street that goes downtown. And I was riding the bus on the one-way street that goes uptown, so I got off the stop that would be near my doctor's office on that street, so I didn't have to ride the bus all the way around. And then I walked over down that street to cross over, and that's when I found the cell phone. And then I crossed over to I had to dodge traffic too, and I crossed over to the other one-way street that goes downtown, and then I walked up to my doctor's office. So I was like running through traffic and going uphill and downhill, and yeah, got that exercise. Then I got off at the bus, like a pretty good distance from the blessings box, and then I walked over to the blessings box and checked it out. I got a few things there, nothing really impressive, but I will show you what all I've gotten there the past couple days as soon as I've finished here. And then I walked home, and on my way home is when the guy that lost his cell phone called me. This is so good. I'm gonna enjoy eating this for breakfast the next couple days. In fact, I'll probably eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love dairy so much, though. I'm so glad my doctor told me I didn't have to cut out dairy. I just have to make sure I'm not consuming too much dairy. When I was in high school, I would drink a gallon of milk a day because I was growing, okay, and I was being very athletic. I was constantly walking around town with my friends. I'd walk around for hours, and I was a growing, tall, young lady, and I would drink a gallon of milk a day, and that drove my mom bonkers because she's constantly buying more milk. But I love milk. I'm a big advocate for milk. If you can't drink milk, I would suggest you drink soy milk because it's got great nutritional profile. And if you can't drink soy milk, I would suggest you drink almond milk. And if you can't drink any of those, maybe hemp milk. Hemp milk's pretty good. And if you can't drink any of those, probably oat milk. Oat milk's really easy too. Oat milk, all you need to do to make oat milk is put oats and water in a blender and blend them up, and you got oat milk. That was so good. Okay, let me show you what all I've gotten at the blessings box the past couple days. Okay, so you know how I got a tennis racket the other day, and I was like, all I need is another tennis racket, and some like birdies or balls, and I can go play tennis or badminton. Guess what I found? Another tennis racket. So now all I need is birdies or balls, and I'm sure I will find them or buy them. And then I also got a baseball mitt, but the baseball mitt was too small for me, so maybe someone I know with small hands can play catcher. And then today I got these Easter basket things. I figured I could use these for like shipping products or whatnot, or maybe birthday presents, just to like put in the box so that, or the bag. It's just something I could use for gift wrapping or packaging. Well, maybe I should have a little bit more cookies. I still have an extra 300 calories. How much was in a serving of cookies? Only 150 in a serving of cookies. So let's get out a serving of cookies, and I will finish off with some dessert of cookies and milk. How many cookies in a serving again? 5 cookies. Yum, chocolate chip cookies and milk. So tomorrow I need to go out job searching, and then I'm probably gonna work on cleaning the house. I'm going to work on editing these videos once I'm done filming this and uploading them. I think I'll just relax for the rest of the night because I've had a busy day. Maybe I'll take a nice hot bath or something. I don't know. It's been a good day today though. My life has been really, really good lately. And that's kind of scary because usually when my life goes really, really good is when something really, really bad happens. But let's hope that's not gonna happen. See, that's the thing with bipolar, is it's a cyclical mood disorder. So like you have your lows, you have your baseline, and then you have your highs. For me, most of the time I operate at a high. A high is usually my baseline. Like I'm usually like super, super happy all the time. But then I get really, really bad lows. And with bipolar, usually when you get too high and something bad happens that stresses you out, you get a break. And the break is when shit hits the fan and you go crazy. And then you need a med change, and you need to go to the doctor, and you need to be evaluated. And the whole point of like maintaining your mental health wellness is to like try and like do things to prevent that from happening. So like do therapy that relaxes you and de-stresses you, or reach out to somebody close to you, like you know, a case manager, or your doctor, or your psychiatrist, or your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. Just let them know something's not right. Let them know that you're under a lot of stress, you need help. And a lot of people, they feel shame and they don't feel like they can reach out. And I know I tend to do that too. I try to bottle in all my emotions and like not be vulnerable. And sometimes it's stronger to be vulnerable and open up to people, because you holding that all in isn't necessarily making you a stronger person. You holding that all in is, it's like filling a balloon with water so much until it bursts. But, you know, if you fill the balloon but like squeeze a little bit of water out, I don't know. I can't make this analogy work anymore, but that's as far as I can go with this analogy. But anyways, if you distribute some of that water to somebody else, which is your emotions, the water, your emotions that you're building up inside of you, if you bottle that all up, you're gonna burst. And if you give some of that emotions to somebody else so they can like analyze it and like, you know, help you process it, then you're less likely to burst. Okay, does that make sense? That's why I feel like me venting things a lot on like social media is really good. It's like a double-edged sword, because like when you vent on social media, like you gain a lot of friends, you have like people to talk to, but at the same time people judge you a lot more, and you can get negative critical things that can be hurtful, or it can kind of mess with your reputation too. Like I know a lot of people with like large social media followings don't always get jobs or whatnot because employees might judge you based on something they saw on your social media. So you got to kind of be careful about what you say. But I think the key thing to whatever you do on social media is always believe in who you are. If you believe in who you are and stand up for what you believe in, then it's not going to matter what other people judge you for, or, you know, what their opinions are of you, because you have a good opinion of yourself. Now, I have changed a lot over the past few years, over my lifetime on social media. Okay, I've changed a lot. And I don't always believe in the same things I used to believe in. In fact, I'm very much a different person than I was, 10 years ago. So, like, if you found something of mine that you didn't like on my social media from even maybe 6 months ago, maybe I've changed my mind, okay? Maybe I don't agree with what I said, and it is against my morals now. People can change, and as long as they have changed for the better, where they're making progress and they're being good to other people, then yeah, they're good people. I mean, all people are good people, unless they hurt other people. But even people that hurt other people can be good people if they apologize and try not to hurt people. Okay, I'm done rambling. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Bye.